All right, guys, welcome back, man. Today I wanted to get on here, and I've seen a lot of videos of people that say Craftsman tool warranties are horrible and they can't get good customer service when they have to replace a broken part or something like that. Well, I've used Craftsman my entire life, okay? I've never broke a Craftsman socket before. Um, this time though, I did have one break. Okay, now this is uh this is out of their it says it's Craftsman made in USA. Now this has the letters GK stamped on it with 4425. Okay, that's the part number that broke. All right. Um, now I've actually had this laying around in the garage for like a year. It's just been laying there. And I said, I'm gonna run to Lowe's and see if I can get this replaced. But I found out to have this one replaced, you have to go through the Craftsman warranty service, okay? So I did that, and let me tell you my experience about the Craftsman warranty service. I got on Craftsman's website, and there's a part where you can do a claim, and you put in your part number of what's broken and all that stuff. I did that. I got an email back immediately saying, yep, that's great, we'll replace it. They asked for my address, I sent it, and 5 days later I got the new part in the mail. Now this is what it came in here. Came directly from Stanley. Let's check it out and make sure they sent the right one. I mean, for me, the customer service was the best. I can't complain about it, not even a little bit. And there is the part that they replaced it with. I mean, they didn't even ask to see anything. They didn't want proof of anything. I just said, hey, this thing's broken and I need a new one. And they said, sure, here you go. You can have a new one. Yeah, and it says this one here, I did notice it says it's made in Taiwan. If you look at the difference, there is, a visual difference anyway. This is USA, this is Taiwan. Now, I've never had Craftsman stuff. I'm a loyal Craftsman tool fan. That's all I've used my whole life. When I was working in shops, I used Craftsman. Everybody else is using other brands and spending thousands of dollars, and I didn't have to do that. But when I was working in shops, also Sears was right down the street too. So if I needed to do anything, I could just run over to Sears. But we don't have that anymore. So I'm amazed at how quick it was and how easy it was. So my experience with Craftsman, they're the best. My experience with Craftsman warranty, also the best. If all customer service was that easy, wouldn't it be great? I just said, hey, this is broke, here's the part number. They said, cool, we'll replace it. Where do we send it? That simple. I am, even though Craftsman, a lot of their stuff is not made in USA anymore, I don't think that really matters, because the only part I've ever broke from Craftsman was made in USA, and they replaced it with this one that's not made in USA. But I guarantee you, I won't have to replace this ever. This will probably last the rest of my life. I was real surprised when that other one broke, but this one here, they replaced it with the CMM T99294. That's the part number that they replaced it with. And then I don't know if the camera will show you from this angle, but there's that. You can actually see the part number at the bottom. Maybe, hell, I don't know. But that's what they gave me. I'm happy with this. It seems to be nice. It seems to be a great part. This made in USA one, yeah, I'm not impressed, man. It didn't take much at all to break that, and I've never broken one before. I've got Craftsman tools that were my grandpa's Craftsman tools that I still use every time I work on something. I'm just a loyal fan of Craftsman, and I think that even now that they're making their stuff in other countries, a lot of their stuff, I think that with that Craftsman name, they're held to a higher quality control standard, I would think, because you don't want to put out a bunch of Craftsman tools that are shit. So, yeah, I appreciate you, Craftsman. I'm going to continue to be a Craftsman tool user for what I need Craftsman for. They are absolutely perfect. I like the tools. I like the way they work. I like the way they look. And I like the price too. Craftsman's not too pricey, so that's good. My opinion, Craftsman's the best in the business, and their customer service is the best in the business. One time I had to use them, and my experience was perfect. So that's all I can share for you guys, man. I hope if you have to use them, I hope that you don't have any bad experiences like a lot of other people, I guess, had. But I was expecting that. You know, when Lowe's told me that I would have to get a hold of Craftsman to replace that little piece there, you know, I said, oh, here we go. This is what everybody was talking about. But no, man. Now, if you needed a part like today, right, you know, that might be kind of inconvenient. But yeah, I didn't. So, but if you, you know, I sent him an email, didn't even have to say real words to anybody, just a couple messages, and 5 days later I got my new part. So, I mean, you can't complain about that. So, thank you, Craftsman, and whoever it was that did my customer service over there. You know what it might say on this paper. If it does, I'll let you know, because that person, whoever I was emailing back and forth with, they were great. And packing list verified by, I can't say it. I'm going to butcher the crap out of this name. Bhagawati Pandey. 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 I don't know. Anyway, whoever had anything to do with me getting my part, thank you. I appreciate you. You guys are awesome, and you deserve pay raises because you're really good at your job. So, all right, guys, I'm out, man. Craftsman tools are still #1 in my book, always will be. I got that big ass Craftsman box. I got a small one over here, and then I got one over there too. I always look for Craftsman tools before I buy anything out. You know, before I buy anything, anytime I'm looking for a tool, I always shop Craftsman first. But all right, guys, I'm gonna quit rambling. Excellent customer service, if you ask my opinion.